Hello, my name is Madam Jennifer from Educare TZ. Welcome, my lovely Form 4 students, in our biology session. And in our today's session, we are proceeding with the solving of the Necta series for the year 2010. And this is a biology paper 1 where we have already solved a number of the question. Now, I would like to welcome you again so as to proceed with the solving with the other remaining question so as to see on how we are needed to answer them so as to ensure that we get all the marks that has been attributed to the question. So the question, today's question is question number 5 for the year 2010. The question stated that some insects are harmful and some are useful to man. Argue for this statement by giving 3 examples for each. Some insects are harmful and some are useful to man. Argue for this statement by giving 3 examples for each. Another question is, in what ways are earthworms important to farmers? In what ways are earthworms important to farmers? My lovely Form 4 students, before we answer the question, first of all, we have to be familiarized ourselves with the instruction that has been described in this particular question. The question needs you to argue for the statement for giving 3 points and example for each case by stating that insects are both harmful and both beneficial to human, meaning that you need to give the economic importance of the insect by giving the advantages and disadvantages of the insect. And the question Roman B, you are needed to state on how the earthworms are important to farmers. My lovely Form 4 students, this question has been derived from that topic of the Form 4 in that concept of the classification of the living things. We have studied the classification from Form 1 up to Form 4. It has become our song. Not only our song is one of very important topic you have to be familiar with, also you have to have understanding pertaining this particular topic of the classification of the living things, because it is applicable in the theory, also in the practicals. So, in order to answer the question, you need to be familiar with the concept of the classification of the living things, where these 2 organisms which has been mentioned here, these are insects as well as the earthworm, these belong to the kingdom Animalia, although they belong to different phylum. The earthworm belong to the phylum Nematoda, while the insect belong to the phylum Arthropoda in that class of the Insecta. So now let us answer the question. The question needs you to give the 3 harmful effects of the insect by giving example and 3 beneficial importance of the insect to man. We know that the insect, one of the greatest characteristics of the insect is that they are winged. Their body parts are made up of 3 bodily parts: abdomen, thorax, as well as the head. Also, they have antenna. Also, this organism, they have variety of the appendages which has been adapted for various forms of the locomotion, either for the jumping, running, walking, swimming, and for digging. Also, they have their wings which has been adapted for variety form of the flight. Also, this organism, they tend to have antenna for the sensation. Also, they tend to have the simple and compound eyes. This organism, my lovely Form 4 students, there are different characteristics that tend to distinguish them. While within this phylum of Arthropoda, where the insect belong within this class of the class Insecta, example of this insect we are talking about, there is ants, butterfly, we have cockroach, and grasshopper, butterfly, housefly. We have a variety of beetles. We have a variety of the insect. Some are winged and others are wingless. Not all insects are winged, some are wingless. So now let us see the beneficial importance of the insect. Take an example. We have studied in the topic of the reproduction, the insect pointed flower, where we have seen that there is bees and housefly. This is one of the beneficial importance of the insect to human. Example, the bees and housefly are beneficial for the pollination of the flower. Where the pollination, we have seen this is the process of the carrying the pollen grain from the anther to the stigma, from the stamen to the pistil for for the successful fertilization, which will result into the formation of the diploid zygote for those flowering plants or sexual reproducing plants. Also, the insect they use their source of food. Example, winged termites, kumbikumbi. Example, grasshopper. Wanatumika kama chakula. They are very very important source of the protein once they are consumed. Tunajua kazi ya protein katika mwili ni nini. Vile vile insect wanasaidia katika kuweza kureduce the number of variety of the pest. Tunaweza kutumia wadudu katika kuweza kucontrol the population of the pest. So those are some of the important advantage of the insect. There are many. Wanamuhimu sana, lakini tumeambiwa to mention 3, lakini you can add extra and more. Lakini katika swali just bring 3. Now let us shift on the second side ambao tunaenda kuangalia the harmful effect of the insect to man. About may be limited to man. Vile vile katika another importance ni kwamba tumia kama specimen katika different biological research pamoja na studies. So tukiangalia the second one ambao ni harmful effect of the insect ni kwamba, take an example, kuna Plasmodium, kuna mosquito, Formula Anopheles mosquito. Hapa ni vector wa Plasmodium species. Example, kuna Plasmodium vivax na malariae, ambaye the malariae ndio hapa ndio consecutive agent of the malaria. Huyu ndio anakuwa sababisha ugonjwa wa malaria, which has become a very very dangerous disease in the world. So but the first one ni kwamba this insect they cause the disease like malaria, which tend to kill thousands of the peoples. So the first one, some insects such as wasps and bees can cause pain, bite and sting. Kuna mdudu anaitwa nyigu, kuna nyuki. Au hapa inkesu wakikung'ata wana sumu kali sana. Na vile vile wanapelekea hata mtu kuvimba, vile vile na mtu kupata maumivu makali sana pale anapokuuma. So this is one of the harmful effect of this insect to man. Another one, stinging insects that live in colonies can cause significant injury and even death. Kuna some insect, kwa mfano wale ambao wanapendaga sana kuishi kwa pamoja. Kwa mfano mzuri kuna siafu, ants. Kuna ants ni jamii ya siafu ambao ni chai katika colonies. In case kwa mfano kuna this stinging, kuna insect, kuna siafu, kuna nyuki. Kwa mfano ukivamia mzinga wa nyuki unaweza kung'ata mpaka ukafa, kwa sababu wanaingia katika this body offices, hizi ambazo ni za wazi, kwa mfano masikioni, mdomoni, puani, ambao wanaweza kupelekea vile vile wanakuwa na sumu, wanaweza kupelekea hata kifo cha binadamu. So this also is the harmful effect of the insect. Vile vile some insects are vectors of animals and plant disease. Kuna some insects are the carrier of the parasite or protozoa or the organism causing diseases. Example, mosquito ambao ni Formula Anopheles mosquito carries the Plasmodium species which cause malaria, and some insect destroys trees, crops. Example, kuna locust pamoja na caterpillar. Kuna vile vile kuna baadhi ya insect wanaharibu mazao ya watu wamelima, kwa mfano locust pamoja na caterpillar, kwa wanakula mahindi. Hawa locust in case wakivamia shamba lako, yani uweze kuambulia chochote tena. Kesi wakiwa kwa kiasi kwa in large numbers. So these are the harmful effect of the insect to man. Also some insects are ectoparasite of mammals. Example, jigger and bedbug. Vile vile kuna some insect ambao ni ectoparasite. Ectoparasite, these are the organism which tend to found on the outer part or on the surface, on the skin of the animal. Example, kuna chawa, kuna kunguni. Kunguni akiwepo kitandani hata uwezo kalala. They tend to suck. Kuna tick, they tend to suck this blood. So example, kuna jiggers, kuna bedbug which tend to suck blood from the host. And some insects destroy human properties. Example, kuna cockroach. Kuna wengine kwa mfano kama mende, umetunza nguo yako safi kabisa, nguo yako mpya, mende anakuja na anakula. Vile vile the question number 5 from B aliuliza kwamba in what ways are earthworm important to farmers? Namna gani earthworm au tunaitaga chambo ni important to woman? No, not to woman, to man, to human. So the earthworm belongs to the phylum nematoda, as we learn in our topic of the classification of the living things for Form 4 topic. Please, in case kama bado hujasoma, you are mostly welcome, so that unaweza kujifunza vitu vingi sana and you will enjoy the lesson. Not only enjoy, vile vile utaweza kuelewa na unaweza kuzi apply in your really life. So, one of the advantage of the earthworm is some earthworm improve the soil aeration through burrowing and mixing up soil layer, hence maintaining the soil fertility. Chambo mara nyingi unapenda sana kuishi sehemu zenye unyevu na sehemu zenye unyevu sana ardhini, ndani ardhi. Wanasaidia katika kuweza kuincrease ile aeration, ile air katika ile air holding capacity katika udongo, ambayo inasaidia katika maintenance of the soil fertility. Inasaidia vile vile katika decomposition of this dead organic material so as to form the humus, ambayo inasaidia katika improving the soil fertility. Another advantage ni kwamba they are used for commercial production of the compost manure in the process known as vermicomposting. Vile vile inasaidia katika production of the manure through this process of vermicomposting, ambayo inasaidia katika manure. Unajua kama inasaidia katika kuweza kuongeza rutuba, kuweza increase the fertility of the soil so as to ensure that the farmer get the good yield from the grown crops. Vile vile, some earthworm are used as bait in the fishing industry. Example, earthworm and langworm. Vile vile kuna baadhi ya earthworm ambao wanatumika kama bait. Kwa mfano, chambo anatumika katika kutegea samaki. Unachukua chambo kaweka katika lile sindano ambao linatumika katika kutega samaki. Samaki, because the fish tend to feed in this particular earthworm, wanakuwa attracted. So as they come to consume this particular earthworm, wanakuwa trapped. Vile vile, the earthworm are used as a source of nutritious food for some fish and beasts. Vile vile wanatumia kama chakula kwa baadhi ya samaki. Tunasema kwamba kwa mfano katika fishing industry wanasaidia katika kuweza trap this fish, kwa sababu they are source of the nutrition to this fish, na pamoja na kwa baadhi ya ndege ambao wana provide the protein. So they are rich in protein pamoja na vitamins. So naona ambapo hawa samaki na hawa ndege binadamu wanakuwa na feed on. So as they feed on fish, they get the protein. Vile vile, some annelids are ecological decomposer, hence they contribute to nutrient circulation, hence they feed on decaying organic matter. Vile vile, earthworm ambao belong to this phylum annelids wanasaidia katika decomposition by breaking this dead plant and animal remains, saidia katika nutrient circulation into the ecosystem. Kwa hiyo saidia katika recycling, vile vile katika cleaning of the environment. Vile vile, they are used as a specimen in biological studies. Kiangalia katika practicals ambazo tunazofanya mashuleni kwenu, unapewa chambo, unapewa a variety of the specimen. Example, kuna huyu hapa earthworm kwa ajili ya observation, unaambia umchore, unaambia unaweza kumclassify to class level and so forth kwa ajili ya diagnosis pamoja na observation. The another question is question number 6 for the year 2010, which states that define the term tropism. The second one, state the biological importance of hydrotropism and phototropism. And the last question is, how is accommodation brought about in the human eyes? How is accommodation brought about the human eyes? My lovely Form 4 students, this question has been derived from your lovely topic and enjoyable and interesting topic of the coordination. Please just subscribe and make a follow-up on this particular topic in case kama ukuweza kuattend in this particular session. So, the tropism hii hapa ni moja tumeona katika session yetu ya coordination katika coordination in plants, na hydrotropism, these are the form of the tropism movement, na accommodation hii hapa tunaanza kuangalia katika ile ability of an organism katika kuweza focusing of the image, kuweza provide a bright and a correct image ambao organism anakuwa anaiobserve by changing either the size of the pupil, kuweza kuensure kwamba the object is brought into the focus. Hii tumeona katika concept yetu ya sense organ katika mammalian eyes, watu na mechanism of vision pamoja na mechanism of the accommodation. So the question needs us to explain on how the accommodation is brought about in the human here, ambapo katika sisi tunaweza kuangalia katika distant object pamoja na near object, na vile vile katika kuna accommodation katika bright light pamoja na katika dim light. They resemble. So by starting the same, the tropism. Tropism, we see that the plant have two forms of the movement. Kuna nastic pamoja na tropism. Tropism, this is a form of movement in which a plant tend to grow towards the direction by changing the direction of the stimulus, either negatively or positively. While the nastic, this is a form of the movement in which the plant part tended to respond to a stationary part of the plant tend to respond to a particular stimulus without changing the position. So the tropism now, this is a growth response of the plant that result in the curvature of the plant organ towards or away from the specific stimulus. Once the plant grows towards the specific stimulus is known as the positive tropism, whilst when the plants grow away from particular stimulus is known as the negative tropism. The question number Roman 2 states the biological importance of hydrotropism and phototropism. Phototropism, this is a growth response in which a curvature or a plant part tend to grow towards the direction of the sunlight, of the light, for either for maximizing the surface area for photosynthesis. So the shoot usually grow toward the sunlight, while the root tend to grow away from the sunlight. So shoot tend to show the positive phototropism, while the root show the negative phototropism. So what are the importance now of the phototropism? The first one is phototropism drive the plant shoots toward the light for photosynthesis to take place. Another advantage is the light gained through the phototropic response influence the opening of the stomata pore, and this is important for gaseous exchange. And the last one, this is the structure of the phototropism. Here you see that you have grown the plant near the window, then this should tend to grow or to bend toward the direction of the sunlight so to maximize the surface area for the photosynthesis. Another one you needed to give the biological importance of hydrotropism, which is the growth in response to the direction of the water, where there is water. So the importance is that is photosynthesis. Water is one of the byproducts or the raw material of the photosynthesis to take place after being heated by the sunlight so that it can produce the hydrogen and carbon dioxide to form the glucose. Also, the numerous psychological reactions that take place within the plant cell. There is numerous psychological processes like respiration, there's this gaseous exchange, there's excretion which do take place. So this is one of the importance of the water, because water do take place in different biological processes, so chemical process into the plant. Also the target pressure which aid in the plant support. Vile vile water inakuwa na provide the target pressure ambayo inasaidia katika supporting of the plant. And another one is the dissolution of the mineral salt and their transportation throughout the plant. So these are the biological importance of hydrotropism. And this is the example of hydrotropism. Hapo ulipanda mmea wako katika udongo ambao ni moisturizing. Baada hapo hapa pembeni ukachimba kishimo ambapo kuna maji. Unaona ni katika part B, the root tend to bounce towards the water source na shoot inakuwa na grow upward. So unaangalia kwamba this root inakuwa ina exhibit the positive hydrotropism, lakini shoot inakuwa ina exhibit the negative hydrotropism by growing away from the water stimulus. The question number 6 Romani B for the 20 and 10 natuambia kwamba how is accommodation brought about into the human eyes? Namna gani accommodation na be brought katika human eyes? Now before tujaweza kuelezea tuanza tujue what is accommodation now. Accommodation is the ability of the eyes to adjust the structure of the lens in order to focus the image on the retina. So ile ability ya eyes kuweza kufocus or to adjust the size of the lens ambayo lens inasaidia katika controlling of the shape of the pupil so as to bring the object or an object to focus into the retina where the image is being formed in an inverted form. This is known as the accommodation. And the accommodation involves two processes, namely kuna reflected adjustments of the pupil size. Hapa ni katika dim pamoja na bright light, ambapo katika dim light kuna kuwepo na increasing in the size of the pupil to tap more sunlight or to tap more light, lakini katika dim katika bright na kwa ina reduce this size of the pupil ili kuweza kuensure kwamba a correct object or image is being formed katika retina. Na nyingine ni katika refraction of the light rays. Hapa naenda kuangalia on how these light rays are bending into the retina katika farthest pamoja na nearest object. Now let us see the mechanism on how the accommodation are brought katika eyes by focusing on the nearest pamoja na distant object. By starting with when there is nearby object. When the eyes focus on the nearby object, the divergent light rays are reflected by the cornea. Ciliary muscle contract where the suspensory ligaments relax. After that, the lens become more convex or fatter and light rays is focused on the retina. And after they're focusing on this light rays in the retina, the image is being formed. While when the object, when a person is observing for the distant object, when the eyes focuses on the short distance object, the parallel rays are reflected by the cornea. Ciliary muscles relax while the suspensory ligament tend to relax. And lens become less convex upon retina and light rays are focused on the retina. So in this case one, this is when the light focus on the farthest object ambapo this divergent rays na kwa the ciliary muscles zinaendelea kucontract na suspensory ligament na zina relax, lakini katika nearby the ciliary muscles na relax na suspensory ligament naenda kucontract, so is a vice versa. Na hivyo kuweza to brought the image to focus into the retina. And this is shown on how tunaangalia kwamba katika distance object ciliary muscle ina relax na suspensory ligament ina contract na image ina be formed hapa katika retina. Lakini katika nearby object tunaona kuna kuwepo na suspensory ligament na contract while the ciliary muscle inakuwa ina relax na image ina be brought into the focus. So when the eyes focus on the short distance object, parallel rays are reflected by the cornea, ciliary muscle relax while suspensory ligaments contract, na lens nakuja kuwa thinner instead of being fat kama tuliona katika distant object, na light rays become focused into the retina as you see here in this diagram. So my lovely Form 4 students, that's mark the end of our today's session. Please stay connected to Educare Media. Kama hujafuatilia topic ya coordination, you are mostly welcome katika kipindi chetu cha coordination hapa Educare nimekifundisha, so that you can subscribe ili uweze kujifunza zaidi na zaidi. Also, we are teaching the physics, chemistry as well as mathematics in this media. So you are mostly welcome at any level from Form 1 up to Form 4. Please don't forget to subscribe, share and comment. Have a nice moment.